how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw the T-Rex, the Tyrannosaurus Rex from Jurassic World Rebirth, and it's going to be a close-up of the face, so follow along with me and let's get started. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to start with a curve right there, kind of like a curve. It's going to be roaring, and you'll see what I'm talking about, but that little curve is really important. It kind of dictates the rest of the drawing. And we're going to go over here to the front, okay? We're going to find the front of the snout, and we're going to pull up right there, okay? It's going to have little bumps as it goes down right here. Bump, 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 bump. Give a little texture to the top of the front of the snout. And we're going to pull back a little bit until we hit the brow ridge, they call it, right there. The brow ridge is basically that area above the eye. By the way, let me know who your favorite dinosaur is. My favorite dinosaur is the Carnotaurus. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Awesome dinosaur. Down over here, up, curve down, right there for the eye. If that was too hard, you go up, kind of like a little, I don't know, like an egg coming out of a hole or something like that. That's kind of the way I look at this, you know. Line over here, looking over there, kind of, it's like, what's going on? And I want to make him a little mad. Right there, a little bit of a furrow right there in the eye area. All right, curving back. Line over here down right there for kind of the ear area. That's kind of where like lizards have their ears and stuff like that. Also kind of shows the back of the ridge of that area. Now we're going to go, let's see what we're going to do here. I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to start with a curve over here for the jaw, the bottom of the jaw. Out over here. Curve down. Right there. Line over here. Curve over here for the back of the jaw. Pulling in like so. Kind of that shape. Not really sure how to describe it. Chicken leg shape, I'm not really quite sure. But it's big over here because of the masseter area. And then it's going to be smaller here. Why does that look disconnected? I want to ask you that. Why? It doesn't have this. That's a kind of a skin flap that dinosaurs had and lizards have currently. And when you open the mouth, I don't remember what it's called exactly. I've been trying to look up the name of that. It's hard to tell what it's called, but that will connect it, right? So it doesn't look like a Cracker Jack, right? Head opening. Don't worry, we'll get to the teeth. Okay, be patient. We're going to get there. Curve back over here. Down like so. Okay? A little bit of muscle in the back here. Kind of swoop down back of the neck. Now, there's another important thing that most people don't do. Curve over here from underneath the neck. That's a throat. A lot of people don't draw that. You got to draw that line right there. And then down over here in the chest area, or the neck area, and then we're going down to the chest. But we're just focusing on the head right now. Okay? So far, so good. Let me know what you think in the comments. Say, hey, this is too fast. Hey, this is too slow. Or, hey, you're doing okay. We're doing pretty good. So let me know what you think, because I want to hear from you. Down, up, over here. Down, up, over here. Down, up, over here. Down, up, over here. Here. Here, right there. Those are the teeth. They're all kind of curving back, kind of like a hand. They're all kind of curving back, so just kind of remember that. They're curving back. Right there. Like bananas, like curving back. Over here, bottom, the exact same thing. Kind of that curving back into the mouth there. There we go. So far, so good. Downward now, we're going to have a... Okay, so we're going to have the tongue. So over here, let's start it in the middle right here. Here. So the tongue right there. And you want to show a little bit of 3D action going on. How would you do that? You want to make it look a little bit more realistic, like it's just standing there. And that is, oh, let's go here. Right there. Notch right there. And, oh, sorry, we got the nostril right there, but that's not the 3D answer. The 3D answer, you want to draw the back end of the teeth on the back end. So, for example, you're going to see some of the mouth over here until it hits that skin flap down, and then you're going to fill that in. You're gonna feel that. You can do this with anything. You can do this with anything roaring, whatever it is that's roaring. You can do this with people. You can do this with whatever you want. You draw the back end, at least not on all of it. Just maybe you can draw like 1 or 2 teeth down here in the back, but really you're probably just gonna see one side of it like that. Like so. You're probably just gonna see one side of it, and then fill it in. Meaning you're either going to see the stuff from the upper part of the mouth or the stuff from the lower part of the mouth based on how it's angled. There are a couple of teeth back there. And we're filling that in. Don't worry, it'll pay off. Now it looks like, and you can even draw one over here if you want. Now it looks like, maybe vary the shapes. Doesn't have to be all the same shape or anything. Now it looks like, you know what, let's make this a little bit bigger. It looks like he's turning his mouth there, like you're looking up at him. A little bit, just a little bit. It just gives it a little bit more of that 3D flavor that we need. And like I said, you can alter the shape when it's a silhouette like this. You know, you can kind of fill it out. You can pull the teeth out a little bit more right there and make it match. But that gives it so much. And then finally, what we're doing here is drawing a line over here, which is, there's kind of a line right there where it comes from, where the top of his body and the bottom of his body separate. And if you want, you can draw like a little bit of dark shape right here. A little triangle of, or more, whatever weird shape of dark. It kind of gives it an accent shape. And then from here on, it's going to be like just these thin lines for the possibility of, you know, like texture, right? So line underneath the neck right here. Maybe he's got some folds underneath the neck. Curves to replicate, not replicate, to kind of indicate that, you know, there's scales going on, right? Curve, 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 right there, curve. You know, you want that sort of thing, the curve, 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 and you're just gonna pepper it around, and it kind of indicates that, oh, okay, there's some scales going on. It doesn't have to be all over the place. You don't have to draw the entire circle of it either. You just draw like these little half circles, because chances are it's only going to catch a little bit of light from the sun, right? That bottom half. And then you can kind of toy with those, right? You can kind of toy with some of these shapes if you want. If you really want to go in, just start going in there and start toying with the shapes and start meddling around. But you want to be careful, because too many of those is going to be too much. But this is just a very quick lesson for you to understand a general T-Rex head from Jurassic World. I hope this helped. If it did, do me a huge favor, hit the like, share the video, and I want to thank you very much. You're amazing. I'm gonna start maybe doing stuff like my favorite comment of the week or something like that, the very end of the video or something. So thanks so much. I will talk to you later. Okay, so that was amazing. You finished this lesson, but keep it going. Keep the art practice going by clicking this video right here. It's going to be within the same theme, and you want to keep it rolling to get better and better and better and get that art flow going. So click right here.